This is going to be the final thought on this. What I'm going to do is have you all see how well you do on what are called employment dilemmas. These are scenarios and situations that we just talked about in terms of how you're going to handle them. Because at some point in your career, they're going to be right on your desk. You're going to be working with somebody, and you need to determine, how do I resolve this? Number one, so it doesn't cause problems, and number two, so I can be professionally correct. All right? So here's our final thoughts. I want you to keep this in mind. If you begin each day with a smile, every day will end with a smile. I don't care what the beltway looks like. I don't care what somebody the day before did for you or did to you. If you start your day with a smile, that's how it will end, or at least that's how it should end. It doesn't mean every day is going to be great. Anybody ever been late going somewhere? Okay, and all day long, guess what we're talking about?
How you relate.
Just like Ashley today. We're all right. Okay, so the moment you're late, it causes pressure. And what happens is we stop smiling. We start getting stressed. We start talking fast, moving fast, and you can feel the sense of pressure. See, I know I'm supposed to have it done. But if you start your day with a smile, it doesn't matter. Whoever you network with, the moment they see a smile, it builds likability. It builds relationships. It means that you're probably going to get along a lot better with the people you work with. Number two is, working is a privilege, not a right. I would underline that one if I were you. I'm going to highly recommend it. Working is not a right. It is a privilege. And here's what it means by that. I don't have to hire you, Cynthia. I don't have to hire you. But if I choose to hire you, guess what? I expect you to work and work well. It is a gift. They don't have to give you the job. But if I give you the job, I'm expecting something out of you, because your time is my time. I'm paying for you today, and I expect you to do a good job because I represent your company. The next one, every job that you take will get you closer to your next career. Remember I told you I started at Chuck E. Cheese, right? And I've driven a school bus, and I worked at a hospital on the food line, and I worked at a thrift store, and I worked teaching French, and I worked in the military. And every position that I ever took got me to my own business, which is what I do right now. Let me tell you how wonderful it is to have your own business. Remember I gave you your own business. I have traveled around the world 7 times. I've been to Australia. I've been to the UK, which is London. I have been to Asia. I've been to Germany. I have been around the world because of all these professional ethics. It doesn't really matter where you work, and it doesn't matter what you do. But every position that I ever had got me to right where I am, because I've seen the good, the bad, and the ugly. I've seen people coming in late. I've seen what happens to their career. Every time they're coming in late, tick, it's in the back of the manager's mind. 4 times, tick, again, tick, her car keeps breaking down. Every time these things happen, it affects your career. But where you start is not where you're going to finish. And the last thought today, if everybody worked with you, would you like them? Would you hire them? If everybody worked the way you do right now, would you hire them? Okay, some of you just lying. I don't believe it. But anyway, okay. If they all did some of the same things you did, would you hire them?
No.
That's the question. And if the answer is no, then that means you need to take at least 3 of these key items today and implement them. How do you implement them? Write this down. 21 days. 21 days. I'm even going to stretch it out to 30 days. Because in 21 days, you can change what you're doing right now to improve. You can change what you're doing right now to improve. You can change what you're doing to improve. Some of the things we talked about is texting too much. If that's something you know you have an issue with, stop doing that. In other words, give your 15 minutes a day and stop texting. And then another 15 minutes a day and stop texting. You can do it, but you have to practice doing it. Because you want to be the kind of person that you would hire. That was the purpose this morning of you giving yourself the name of your own business. That was the purpose of you giving yourself $55,000 to work with. Because if I worked with Shanita, would I be willing to pay her $30,000 a year? $30,000 isn't everything. Then you get benefits. Then you get health care. Then you get vacation time. All all of that's rolled in there. But if people work the way you did, would you hire them? I want you to keep that in mind, because whether you have your own business or whether you work for somebody else, that's what they want to know. Are you the kind of person that I would promote? All right? That concludes our session.